The beauty of DriveWorks, apart from anything else, is standardising the communications, because we've moved from words to production drawings. That's the beauty of the DriveWorks implementation. So we are a design-led, high-end brand specialising in decorative drapery hardware. In terms of what makes us special, we have a very distinctive design handwriting, so we emphasise simplicity of line, purity of form, but if I could distill it down to the one thing that sets us apart from everybody else, it's our approach to finishing. That capability is reflected in the fact that we offer 147 standard finishes, which is a completely unrivaled offer anywhere in the world. There's a challenge really for the client and our consultants. So the client has got a window, they know, broadly speaking, they know the dimensions of it, they've looked at our collections and they've identified the look that they're after, but then they are very much relying on the expertise of our consultants to allow that product to be specified correctly so it will install correctly, etc., etc. And internally, one of the big issues we faced before DriveWorks was that our consultants got the knowledge in their heads and they communicate it through a set of standard clauses, vocabulary, etc. And the difficulty is then that any sort of variation in what the consultant is trying to communicate through to the guy that's actually going to make this for us, and then the interpretation that that person has. In the past, it has led to us making things incorrectly. The beauty of DriveWorks, apart from anything else, is standardising the communications, because we've moved from words to production drawings. That's the beauty of the DriveWorks implementation. It used to be like it looked like it was designed for a dot matrix printer with a whole blizzard of information our quotes were. Now they're very much simplified. We've got a summary, we've got all the detail they need, but critically they also get a visualisation of the specification that they've made. And if you think about 147 standard finishes, it was impossible for us to have a photographic reference for every configuration. DriveWorks lets us do close to that, but what we do in our presentation of the spec is we add in a photographic chip into the document so people have got a really clear understanding of what they've specified, and then crucially they get a production drawing of exactly what pole we're going to make for them. The medium-term vision, which we're talking about, our target is the beginning of 2027, when we are 100% clear in terms of debugging and we're 100% confident, is that they will have the opportunity to experience something that nobody else can offer, which is that you can actually take, in effect, an infinite variety of options are available from us, and you'll be able to go and do that yourself and end up with a properly specified product. And obviously the rules and tables that are intrinsic to DriveWorks prevent you from specifying something that we can't make for you. And that's, I think, crucial. So we will always want you to talk to us and we'll always be happy to help. But here's a tool that nobody else is offering that allows you, should you wish to be able to specify the thing yourself. What we've done at the same time as implementing DriveWorks, I talked about superb systems being part of our strategy. We've implemented a completely new ERP and operating system at the same time. And the combination of making those transitions, we've gone from something over 1 million item codes to the place now where we've got about 25,000 item codes. Because what we used to have a variation of every single thing that we did in 147 finishes. What we've been able to do with DriveWorks is you can now go through DriveWorks and it's a drop down and you can pick the finish, and then there is one part code, and within our ERP system we are just incorporating the words that DriveWorks has generated to instruct the team what finish they're putting onto that product. It's dramatically changed the way that we work as a business.
So the 3D visuals within DriveWorks are a really important tool. They help our customers share a visual with their clients, but also give the flexibility of changing configurations to specific finishes, different finials. It allows a lot of adaptation whilst they're configuring the products. The aim of the implementation was to improve the purchasing process and experience for the customer. This gives them drawings to refer to, but also accuracy throughout the manufacturing process to ensure that they're getting the right products. So that's one-to-one plots that we're actually manufacturing to, compared to a more manual method where we were actually marking out on the floor, and it was down to potential human error of getting that wrong. Now we've got these one-to-one plots that work. They're the same every time. If something gets damaged in transit, we can then go back and we can remake even just a specific part of a pole, not just the whole thing. So it gives the customer confidence throughout the whole process. The quality's improved, the accuracy's improved. It just helps along the whole journey.
What we set out with this project, it was all about improving the client experience. And it was not a productivity exercise. It is fair to say, though, that we have experienced some productivity benefits. So the guys who actually have to make the product, we believe are saving 5 minutes on average per bay pole. We make 2,500, 2,600 bays a year. So that's a significant saving in time there. There is, of course, an issue in that we've increased the time that we have in administration to create the plot that they now work to, but the net saving is about 3 minutes times 2,600. On top of that, those of our bays that were difficult would have required our design director to go into SOLIDWORKS to create that template to send out to the client. And we're now at a place where maybe 3% of all the bays we do require intervention from that resource. Everything else is being done for us by DriveWorks and SOLIDWORKS.